Hello again, and welcome back to the In Alignment podcast / YouTube channel. So this will also be an audio and a video. And so in today's podcast, I wanted to talk about the importance of singing and dancing and having fun in your life. So I went to church yesterday. From the day that I'm recording this podcast, which is Monday, yesterday, I went to church. And for those of you who know me, like, you'll be shocked or you'll be surprised. So you'll be like, what the heck? This girl, you never know what to expect with her. So why do I say that? I don't know if I've ever shared it in any of the podcasts thus far, but long story short, our parents did not baptize either, like neither me nor my brother. And so, because for them, they just wanted to give us the freedom of choosing our own religion or to choosing our own faith or whatever. They just wanted us to be like, to consciously make that decision for ourselves. And so, growing up, for me, like I've tried going to different places of, is it a faith? I guess, is that how I think that's how I can say it. And for some reason, personally, I've never really felt completely connected to any faith. But in every faith that I tried and that I kind of studied a little, there was always like, aspects of it that made sense to me, but there was like none that I felt completely connected to, like this is it, or this makes sense, or this explains my whole existence. And so, life kind of led me to experience certain things and to just evolve the way that I have evolved thus far, and which is fine. And so for this particular episode, I wanted to kind of put importance, or like to kind of highlight the importance of singing, of dancing, and having fun in your life. I always say this, like, nobody came here on earth to be in pain and to suffer and to do this and that. Like, we all came here from love, out of love, with love. And sometimes some people really feel disconnected from it, but it's not because the love vibration vibrates at a lower level that they're also not love, And so we all want to be loved and to share love and to expand in love and to create love, whatever it is, right? We all want to be manifestation and expressions of love, because that is what creation is. And so when I was in Costa Rica in ceremony, in the ayahuasca ceremony, I remember, like, after we took the brew, they always had, like, for every ceremony, there's always like some music that to accompany the journey. And so I don't know, like, I feel like actually, yeah, every day was a different, how can I say this? Not orchestra, but it was just like a different composition. It was like a different music that they would play, right? And weirdly enough, it really guides the spirit, and you can feel, well, I felt like this spirit moving through me and moving in me, guided by the music. And what was also interesting is that you will kind of zone in sometimes into a sound that is relevant to your journey, but that maybe someone else didn't hear, or it didn't trigger them the same way. And I remember this one night, they were playing some really, like, all the music was really good. And so they were playing this music, and then at some point it kind of started feeling like dark, and I was like, now I'm starting to feel uncomfortable with this whole thing, because I feel like, I don't know, I felt like it reminded me of some type of demonic sound that I've never even heard of, right? And then there was like this guy who kept making this sound of, and it was like, what the heck are you doing, dude? But then every time he would do it, I would feel like something, like just like turning and twisting in my stomach, and like, and sometimes like in my back. I could just feel like some type of darkness being like activated almost, and being like triggered. But also because, so this, I don't think this was the first night, I can't remember which night it was, but I remembered that on the first night when mother came into me first, she was like, before I had all the visions, I could hear her guiding me and just like comforting me, right? As the brew was like settling into my body. And I could feel like the brew just going through each and every vein of my, like things that I wasn't even aware of. And so, but then she told me, she's like, you know, she would comfort me because it was very uncomfortable actually. And she would be like, you know, don't worry, Canny, I know you hate this. I know you don't like this. You've never liked this in any of the other lifetimes that you've been in, and you've consumed me or whatever, you've worked with me. But, you know, and then she would say, but I'm setting up traps. I'm setting up traps. Like, I know you came here to get washed. I know you came here to get cleaned. And so I need to set these traps so that, you know, when she becomes, I guess, vibrant, she can really get this shit out of me, right? Out of my system. And so when this whole growling was happening or weird sound, I was like, oh, Lord, well, why? I don't even remember the visions I was having at that point, but I just remembered this thing, like demonic thing, just like, twisting and turning in my being, you know? And it was like, oh my God. And then, but then I could feel like mother also just like, it's almost like she was like, no, the music was like vibrating it. And then it allowed her to see where this, I guess, this demonic energy or this bad juju or whatever it was, like where it was. And then she would just like take it. And for me, like, so this one, I don't even know how I purged it. I don't know if I puked or if I went to the bathroom to shit it out, but, and I'm sorry for this, but this is like, if you haven't listened to the ayahuasca episode, please go listen to it. And I hope that I did mention that there are many ways to purge. The main two ways that you purge when you're in an ayahuasca ceremony is by vomiting and shitting. And so they say that when you throw up, you're throwing up energy. And when you shit, you're basically shitting like different, like, I don't know how to call it, but it's like different things that you've accumulated in your body, like things that have been stuck, but things that are more of a physical matter, right? That you're releasing from your body, or that she's releasing from your body. Then there are other ways that you can purge, like yawning, laughing, crying, screaming, whatever, right? But those are the two main ones. And so I don't know how I evacuated that one, but anyways, I just remembered that. But then this whole, like, it's just like, it was so magical. Like, it really is like the whole journey with the music, and just how you feel spirit moving through you, in you, with this music. And it's just like everything is just in perfect harmony, and it's like working together, and you feel like you're part of this thing too. And it's like, my God, it's absolutely magical. And so anyways, fast forwarding now. So this was in 2018. So fast forwarding in 2019, when I started doing like micro journeys with the mushrooms. So the first time I did it, I listened, actually, we listened to this playlist that is, who created this? I think his name is East Forest. I want to say it's East Forest. I keep forgetting him, but I want to say that's him. So he has a mushroom journey playlist on Spotify, which I'm assuming would also be on Apple Podcast. No, not podcast, Apple Music. And it's basically, so this guy created this music, but he was guided by the spirit of the mushrooms. And so again, this is like absolutely, like anybody who wants to try mushrooms for mental reason, mental health reason, or spiritual journey, like something that is not just like for fun. Like if you really want just to explore yourself a bit better. Okay, maybe I'm not going to mention this in this podcast, but like go into detail in this podcast. But if you were ever considering doing like a mushroom journey, first of all, I would highly recommend that you research how to do that safely. And second, I would highly recommend that you listen to this playlist, because it really guides the spirit of the mushroom, and it's just like another transcending experience, you know. And I didn't even do like a full, like a standard dose, which is 3.5 grams. I only did like half of that, and it was absolutely magical. And it really reminded me of my journey in Costa Rica with Mother and the music there. And so in one of those journeys, the mushroom journeys, Mother came through, and I can't remember what it was about, but she told me, she's like, I need you to sing for me, Kenny. I need you to sing for me, and I need you to dance for me. And I was like, what the heck? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, I can do that. Like, I love dancing. I'm basically dancing all the time in my house, but not like full on, like, like, you know, big moves of busting moves. But I kind of like, I groove, you know? I'm always grooving. And so, and then singing, I sing to the songs. I cannot retain lyrics. I really don't retain lyrics. So I will sing to songs that maybe I used to listen to when I was like, I don't know, a teenager, and I know the lyrics to those songs, or I just make up my own lyrics and I sing to songs because they're making me feel good, and I feel like I want to participate in this whole singing business. And yeah, and so, but I didn't quite get it, right? Because I was like, but why are you telling me to do things, or why do you want me to do things that I'm already doing? And it's not until yesterday. So this message came to me last year. It was probably like somewhere around fall of last year, but it didn't make like complete sense to me until yesterday when I went to church. And this is why. So the reason why she asked me to sing to her and to dance for her, there are a few reasons. The first one is to feel good, right? So coming back again to us coming to have a certain experience here on earth, to have a human experience, but of love, that of fun, of joy, of expansion, of creation, all of that, all those good things and energies. And singing is part of it. You know, sound is a very powerful tool that we have, that we came on earth with, that this human body is equipped with, because literally with sound you can shape, or you can shift, you can actually create a whole world with sound, you know. And you can shift your reality with sound. Like, if you, I don't know if it's like in India or I can't remember which faith it is, but I want to say that it's somewhere in India. There are different sounds that you can make, and it shapes, or it shifts your whole vibration, right? And so with the singing, it's like, if you consciously choose to sing, anything that you choose to consciously do, right, it always has more impact. But if you consciously choose to sing and to express your joy, you're immediately, it's like you're choosing to be joyful, or you're choosing to have a certain experience, right? Because like you're feeling it and you're expressing it, and it's just like creates a, like this whole vibe, right? Dancing, it's body movement. Like, we move, like, you know, if you don't move in your life, like if you don't work out, if you don't do any type of minimal physical, if you can, like if you're able to, right, and you're just choosing not to, just dance, because energy needs to flow. There's always a influx of energy, or like energy is all around us. We don't see it, we don't feel it, we don't hear it, we don't experience it, but it's always there. And some of us are sensitive enough to feel it. And so, but even the whole human body was made to move. Like, you, like think about when you come to earth, like as a baby, the first things that you want to do is sound and you want to move, right? And so if you have the capacity to move your body and you don't like working out, you don't like going for a walk, try to dance. Try to dance because you need to release that energy, especially if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you're depressed, if you're feeling all these type of energies that are not aligning with like your well-being. Try to dance. Try to dance and let it flow, but allow spirit to move you, like allow the songs to move you, and don't worry about anything else. Just allow your body to move however it wants to move. And sometimes it might look weird, so if you want to do it on your own, do it on your own. If you have to lock yourself in the bathroom because you live with 10,000 people in the same space and you're self-conscious, then do that. But allow yourself to move, because energy needs to flow. And if it doesn't flow, if it gets stuck in your body, you're the one who's gonna not benefit, but you're the one who's gonna live that. Like, you're the one who's not gonna benefit from all that, and you're gonna keep that energy, and it's gonna block you, and then it's gonna create more unwanted feelings, right? And so yesterday, so I've been focusing on a few things, on manifesting a few things in my life since the end of last year. And I see how momentum now is starting to pick up. Like, it's in a crazy way, but it feels like it. I was talking to a friend of mine today and I was like, it's so weird because it feels like it's like I'm having a conversation with myself. It's like I feel a certain way and then I'm guided to go somewhere or to do something. And when I'm there in that moment, it feels like I'm talking with myself. My reality is like, I'm really interacting with my reality. It's such an odd thing or feeling or experience to have, but it's absolutely magical. So anyway, so yesterday I went to church with a friend, and we had been planning this for like since we've known each other, and it's been 5 years now. But things aligned, as they always do, in due time, in perfect timing, in divine timing. Things aligned, and it happened that it was yesterday. And so we went together, and again, like for me, I'm not gonna consciously choose to go to church, because church, personally, it doesn't bring me anything, like it doesn't bring me much. And that's okay, because it's an institution that is there to give whomever connects with it whatever they need. Just like coffee is not for everybody. You have to find your bliss. Like, if it's a religion, a faith, a country, whatever it is, like everybody, we all have different needs, or we have similar needs, but they are all fulfilled differently. And for me, church is not something that brings me that, but at the same time, it's not something that I have decided, like, or that I have completely, banned out of my life, right? And what I mean by that is that I will not consciously choose to go to church. However, just like in this circumstance, because we talked about it, and because through a conversation when we met, it felt a certain way. I honestly felt called to experience this. I was like, okay, then let's do it, right? And obviously, like, it was when we first talked about it, things were not aligning, because maybe it's like the way that I felt in relationship to how I wanted to feel was probably not disaligned. Like, it was not aligned. And now it was aligned. And let me tell you guys, this church, when I got there, they were singing. They were singing, right? My spirit got moved so much. It was like, when I came home thinking about that experience, I almost cried, because I was like, oh my God. The way the singers or the worshipers were singing these songs, whether you're a believer or not, you became a believer, because it was like, my God, my soul is being moved right now. I had chills. I had like, oh my God. I was like, even just like thinking about it right now, I can feel like goosebumps like down my neck and in my face a little bit, because I'm just reliving that moment. But as this was happening, I was like in absolute awe because there were so many things that came to me in that moment. And one of the things was how I have been feeling, what I've been focusing on. And these are feelings that I've been feeling inside of me, or like envisioning it, and, you know, just like following the guidance that there will be a manifestation of some sort to in my reality to match my feeling. And as creation is that abundant, it's like if you really want to experience your life in a certain way, and you follow it, you make it like your number one priority, you will always get more than what you asked for, or more than what you could ever imagined. And this, like, to me, was a feeling that I've been, you know, focusing on, and just kind of like um I guess like having it in like little blitz of moments of like, oh, this is amazing, this is amazing. And then this just like blew it out of proportion. I was like, oh my goodness. I felt so grateful, so thankful, so humbled, so excited. I was hype. I was like so many things all at the same time. But then also the second thing that I realized is that thing again, mother asking me to sing for her and to dance for her, because, you know, spirit loves to sing, spirit loves to dance, spirit loves flow. Your inner being wants you to do that, because these are some of the tools that we've come on earth again with, to help us be in alignment with ourselves, with creation, with love. Anytime you start singing and feeling good or feeling a particular way, even if it's like a sad song, but you're just like in that moment, it is such a beautiful experience to have, right? And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, and I don't know if it's in every faith, but in the faith that I have been, you know, that I studied, or that I know of, or that I have experienced, um, they all have some type of sound. How can I call this? Some type of sound experience? Not experience. Some type of sound something involved in it, you know, whether it's singing for worship, or like singing for, you know, for yourself, or like listening to sound and praying, or whatever it is. There's always a sound element to it, right? And the movement part, I don't know if they all have it, but anyways, the movement part is like maybe something different. But for me, this is like one of the memories that it triggered. It reminded me of when I was in ceremony with mother, with the songs, and how my body would react to it, and how she just loved to be sang at. Is it sang at or sung at? One or the other. And so, yeah, so it was a beautiful, magical experience. And I'm very grateful to my friend for, you know, sharing that experience with me, and that we finally got to experience that together. It was actually, I'm gonna message her right after this to express my whew, my gratefulness again once more. So anyways, guys, all that to say, I would like for you, if you don't already do it, I would like for you, and I wish for you, to sing more, to dance more, because it is fun, because it feels good, because it moves your soul, it moves your inner being, because you shift your reality, you shift your feeling, you shift your mental state, you shift so many things, especially if you're doing it in a conscious way. Like, find music that moves you, find music that you enjoy, find music that, you know, again, when I was talking to my friend today about this whole experience, I was telling her, you know, she was telling me about how she went out over the weekend to a birthday party, and she was and she wasn't in the mood really, but when she got there, they started playing these particular songs, and she found herself like dancing like no one's business. And I was like, you know, there's just like some music or some sounds. Like for me, it's really like, I don't know, anything that has like drum or like a drum beat to it. I like my body moves on its own. Like I'm like, yo, you didn't even consult me. Like, what are we doing here? There's just some music or sounds or like some things that you just cannot help yourself to move to if you're allowed it to. So I wish for you to find what that is, what those sounds are, what those, like what that music is for you, because you are deserving of love. Love is your birthright. Well-being is your birthright. And use these tools. These are tools that you have, that we all have in some degree. And if you have access to them, if you do have them, so like why not use them? So on that note, I will leave you at that with, once more, much love, light, ease, fun, and more love, more joy and happiness, whatever it is that you want to attract in your life, that you want to create in your life, because not only you're deserving of it, it's your birthright. It is your birthright, guys. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for your support. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe so that we can spread those positive messages and vibrations. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, man, thank you for downloading them, for giving us like a really nice review, 5-star review. That's amazing. Thank you for all the support that you are giving us. And we shall continue to create whatever we can to be of support, to be there, or just for the fun of creating. So once again, thank you so much. And until the next time, stay blessed.